Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to go through which layouts I'm going to do first, and then at the end show you the 2 or 3 layouts that I did do first. But first I'm going to go through why I decided to do the ones I did. Why I decided to first do the ones I'm going to do is, so these are the first these four in my last video. If you haven't seen the first 2 videos, I put the link below. I know that I definitely want to make sure I have paper for all of these, for these 4 photos. I want to make sure I have as much paper as I can for layering. So I looked at the backs of these. And these 2 I'm not that crazy about, so I don't know how much of it I'll go to right away for layering. So these 2 I'm going to put aside and not do these right away. I looked at the back of these 2 and I definitely love these. So I'm going to scrap these 2 layouts first, and that way whatever I have left I could use both the backs of these or even the front of it, whatever I have left to layer for the other layouts. So that's why I chose to do these 2. I am going to put these 2 papers aside. I'm also going to put this paper aside because I'm going to use this for a flip book. Basically right now I'm just trying to find papers that I could use to layer with these 2 layouts that I'm planning on doing. So this one, I still haven't found a picture that I want to scrapbook, do a layout for, but I did see a layout on Pinterest that uses pretty much the whole piece of pattern paper. So I'm going to keep this aside, and I'm not going to use this for any layering. This one, I'm going to include in layering because I don't think I'm going to need the whole page. And then this one, I don't think really match what I'm going to be doing. And then I already have these 2, so I'm just going to not have this as layering options. And then these 2, I haven't really found any pictures, so I'm gonna have these 3 papers, both the front and the backs, to use for layering. And then also whatever I don't use, I have the backs of these for layering. The other thing is, I don't know what I was thinking, guys, for these 6x6 sheets. Yeah, these pictures don't match them at all that I was going to use for like a mini book. So yeah, these are going to the side. So I can use these for layering for these layouts. The next thing I did was for this one. I had an idea, but I think while I was looking through my embellishments, I think I changed my mind. So what I did was I went through all the embellishments that came in the kit, and I put aside, I'm just putting this to the side, and I pulled things that might work. So I pull extra, especially in the beginning, because there's so many different, oh, sorry for the weird lighting. I pulled a lot aside just so I have a lot to work with. Most of these are from the ephemera pack. And I'm not sure about the title, but I thought the You and Me and Happy might work well with this photo. And the colors, because there's a little navy right here. And then, so these are all from the ephemera pack. And then these little stars, these wooden stars that came in the kit. There is more, but I just put a few in this pile so that I know that I could use those for part of my layout if it matches. And then this stamp, I know I definitely want to use the bottom. So I pulled this. And then some of these words, I think at least in terms of the color, it definitely matches. So this is the first layout. And then for, what was I going to do? Oh, this layout. I know I want to use white cardstock as the back. I also have some Project Life, two Project Life spreads and another 12 by 12 layout I want to use with this paper. So I want to get started on this. So for this one, this is what I pulled aside. This one for sure, because it was a baby shower. Like, that was like really cute. And then most of these again are from the ephemera pack. And like I said, I pull out a lot, and I use, you know, I could use them or use them for layering and things like that. This is from the cut apart. I also have some of these stars in this one too. And then I also thought, I don't know, but these might be cute. These silver puffy stickers might be cute for this layout. In terms of a title, this is the alpha that came with this kit, and I don't think it matches, or it doesn't really stand out, so I'm not going to use this for this layout. So I had to go into my stash, and I was trying to find a white alpha, but all the whites I had, I didn't like the fonts. So this one, I'm not 100% sure it's going to work, because they're really thin. These are really old. These are from Bella Boulevard from 2010. I don't know what collection they're from. But anyways, these are the ones I pulled out. I also have these. I think these are from a basic gray, also from very old. That might work a little bit better, but again, it's going to depend on what ephemera I decide to use. And then, for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, these are like super old Heidi Swapp rub-ons. And the majority of them, some of them have rubbed off, and I haven't used any of them. And I found them, and I want to use them. So and they work. I tested some out. But I have to use them soon, because obviously, I mean, these are like over 10 years old. So anyways, so this might also work. So that's why I pulled this. And then stay tuned, because I will be showing how I end up making, how these layouts end up looking like. So I ended up finishing 3 layouts and 2 Project Life spreads. This is the first one that I finished. I didn't use all of the happy title. I just called this You and Me, and I was kind of thinking of using more of this paper, but I kind of like just a little bit of it. But what I did was some hand stitching just so that it stands out a little bit more. I ended up using the stamps, the plus signs. So they had 2 sizes in the stamp set, so I did that and just did a little bit of, you know, decorating. Looking at it now, I wish I used a little bit more bigger pieces for the embellishments, but I think it looks, you know, fun. And yeah, not my favorite, but I like the way it turned out. And then this one, I did this one next, and I used a lot of the embellishments out of the ephemera pack, and I really like the way this turned out. I think I normally don't have that many pictures where it gets to be really, you know, girly. So, yeah, I like the way this turned out. And I was actually, since I'd used this paper, and I had kind of wanted to make a matching other side, this is the other side. And so I actually now really like these side by side as kind of a double layout, but I was thinking about just in terms of function in the album, if I keep this and then the other side, you know, I would have to put a Project Life page, and it wouldn't match, because what would I put here, because it wouldn't be from the same event. So I'm just going to end up putting this here. And then, as you can see, I didn't finish all of it, but I laid out the paper that I wanted to use, and I also wanted to leave some space for some journaling for my niece and her boyfriend. So I did these, and then the back side, as you can see again, I kind of planned a little bit of what I'm going to do, but I haven't finished it yet. And then what I also did was I decided, I just pulled out some things, you know, that match the theme and the colors, and I made sure to pull them aside. so that when I come back to finish this, I have some small pieces that I wanted to use. And I also had added a few things from my stash for this, so I also put those aside. So I'll keep these, put these all together, and I'll come back to it a little bit later. And that's it for these, the first batch of layouts that I made. And as you can also see, these, I ended up using the alphas that came out with it. I mean, the alphas that came with the kit, and not necessarily, and I didn't use the ones I had pulled from my stash. And I didn't use everything that I pulled out, which happens. But there was plenty, obviously, because it was, you know, just started the kit. But I got a little bit concerned that I used so much of the ephemera that I'm not going to have enough for later. But I didn't use any of the word stickers, so I have that. I still have some of these left. I'm very surprised because I thought I was going to have a really hard time using these, but I love the way they're looking. And then in terms of like papers that I absolutely love, I didn't use that much of this one, so happy. And this one, I still have just this left. I kept this, I could have used this on the Project Life spread, but I want to make sure that I just have a little bit of it for a layout for myself. So I have, I mean, not to sound selfish, but I want to make sure that I have just a little bit of it left, so I can put it on a layout for myself. So, since I love it so much. And then I can do the same thing with this one. Although I was expecting to have less left, but yeah. So that's how the first batch turned out. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I should have another video up hopefully in a couple days, or yeah, that will show the next batch. Thanks for watching. Have a great crafty day.